respect nendlela engihlukumezeka ngayo is on another level. Secondly, like akhona abantu abangakwazi ukugqoka. Banenkani kwi-level serious. Ngisho ngamtshela umuntu namhlanje ukuthi ukhindile, uzimpintshile emabhlukweni, akanandaba. Uyena otshela wena. Utshela mina ukuthi hayi lento engiyigqokile right. Ngisilima yini mina sendoda engakutshela ukuthi awugqokile.
So, Samke decided to post a picture. It was her wallpaper and she was basically celebrating 11/11. However, on her wallpaper was a picture of herself in a cute, short, mini dress with ruffles. It was quite tight as well and she looked good. However, Musa was very upset by that post because of the fact that he has been complaining that Samke does not know how to dress and put herself out there. Now, from episode 1 on season 8, he's been telling her that you really need to start dressing like Macele's wife. And it makes sense because she technically was lobolad in 2023, so he regards her as his wife. Now, I remember that dress. It was a green dress with ruffles and it was basically showing a lot of cleavage. But I was so confused because I know that Macele also shows quite a lot of cleavage as well when she's wearing certain dresses. So I was just thinking that he was just being dramatic. However, he brought it up again when he was with Mamkhulu, and he basically asked Mamkhulu that she needs to basically tell him her dressing is a no-no. But this is nothing shocking because he used to fight with Makumalo all the time regarding how she dressed. And this is also not shocking to us because when he started with Makumalo, she was a teenager and she was in her early 20s as well as time went by. So what did he expect from her? She's young, so is Samke at this age, and they're not going to dress like a granny, hello, as well as they also want to dress like their peers, you know, like styles change. You want to dress according to what's in fashion at that moment, and your style is not going to be the same as your fellow wives because of your age. And what's shocking for me is Musa will go for a woman simply because of how she looks at first, because you can never tell me that when you look at a woman, you know that she has a kind heart, you know, she's sweet, she's loving. That's actually PS. Most of the time, men like Musa, they end up finding these women with these shorts, you know, with something tight, with something revealing. That's what really attracts them at first. And then all of a sudden, they tell you you can't wear all of those things because they know that when they went to you, they were looking at that in the first place. So now he changes you for his eyes only. Remember the time when Umakumalo went for that hike with the rest of the family and she was wearing like a black tight with a top, and Musa was like losing it. He was like, hey bro, how can you be dressed like that? You need to go back and change, or don't even be part of the trip. And when I look back at that outfit, like I was like, oh, what is bad about it? Because I go to gym and the things that I wear, Musa would most probably faint, you know. So for him, when you go to gym, if you wear a tight, you must wear like this long top, which is like touching nearly your knees, basically to cover the tight area, you know. And he just always used to fight with Umakumalo. Now when you think about it, those years he used to fight with Makumalo, like those were her prime years, those were her sexy years. I mean, you never get back that body that she had back then. You know, you want to come out and show out, and I'm guessing that is also how Samke feels. And you know what, I was actually having a conversation the other day with someone about how I always fear or pity the women who go from a parent's household and then go straight into marriage, because I feel like it's like you're going from one set of rules to another set of rules. What I mean by that is, when you under your father's home, he might not want you to dress a certain way because these are his rules. And then when you move to a man, he's also not going to want you to dress a certain way because obviously he doesn't want men to be after you, etc. So it's very, very important that, yeah, dates, but there must be that time in between where you're able to experience life by yourself. And that is why your early 20s and your mid 20s are supposed to be specifically for you. Date if you want to, but they're honestly supposed to be for you. But anyway, it's going to be very interesting to see how Usamke's relationship with her dressing will change as she enters Mzumbe, etc. And you can see that the outfits where she wears properly are outfits which are so big, and you can see that these are outfits that she most likely borrows from her mom and her aunt, because they are so huge on her, and they're not the style of someone her age. And this is also something a lot of viewers have said, that this girl doesn't have style. But I think the reality is she has to change her style because of Musa. Now, remember in episode 1, she even told Musa that, hey, if you have a problem with it, then it means I need a new wardrobe, because at the end of the day, you are the one who has a problem with it, not me. As well as, I think one of Musa's rules is also that the wives not really allowed pants, especially when they're coming Mzumbe. If you think about it, it's very rare to see the wives actually wear pants, especially when they're around him, when I think about it as well. So I can only imagine how she's able to adjust to all those rules, as well as I'm sure there are other rules that she has to live by. Anyway, we have come to the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell down below. Till next time, love and light. Bye. Mwah.